Hello crafty friends, welcome to today's video. Today is the start of a new series about levelling up our card layouts. I'm hoping to do one video a week on this. I've got 4 videos planned for February, and if you find these February videos helpful, do let me know in the comments because I'll be more than happy to carry on beyond February if that's something that will help you. So there are some tools you can use when laying out your card designs that will help you get really good compositions, that will help you position things in pleasing arrangements. And today and for the rest of February, we're going to look at the rule of thirds, which you may or may not have heard of. The rule of thirds is a layout tool where an image is divided by grid lines into 9 equal parts. So here I have a piece of acetate which I have drawn on with some permanent marker, and this is divided by 4 grid lines, 2 vertical, 2 horizontal, to create 9 equal parts. And you can do this for any size card. You can do it for a 4x6, a 5x7, a 6x6, a 5x5, and I'll show you how to do that in a minute. So imagine this circle of sticky note is a focal image, a focal cluster, say, for the front of a card. Maybe it's a flower, it's got a sentiment with it. You can place this on different points of the grid and it will give you pleasing layouts. For some reason, the human brain likes to think in threes. Arrangements look more pleasing when you can break them down into threes. And using a grid like this can help us to position our elements and find those sweet spots that really level up our cards. If you put the most important elements on the sweet spots, you can maximise the visual impact of the front of your cards. In every video, I'll produce a page of sketches like this for you to download from the video description. They'll have a basic sketch showing the part of the grid that we're focusing on. So today we're going to look at this point here, the intersection of 2 of the grid lines. There'll be a little tip that says place the focal point on an intersection, and then several sketches showing how you can do that with different layouts, different types of cards. So I've got 2 portrait here where I've got this one on this intersection. I've got another portrait card here where the focal point is on this intersection. I've got a landscape card here where the focal point is down here on this intersection, and a square card where if you divide that into 3, the focal point is here on this intersection. So without further ado, let's get into the actual making and doing of this video. The first thing we're going to make today is the acetate grid. This is just a little helpful tool to help decide and visualise where you want to put your focal point. So I've got my most used card blank size here, which is about 4x6 inches, and a piece of packaging. You can use acetate, you can use vellum, something that's see-through that you can look through. And all I did was cut it to size with scissors, and then I taped it down with a bit of masking tape to my card blank, and this is just to make it easier to handle, easier to see, because what you need to do next with it is measure the width and height of the card blank and then divide each of those measurements by 3 and draw grid lines with a permanent marker. So you've got 2 vertical grid lines and 2 horizontal grid lines, dividing your piece of acetate into 9 equal size. Well, it'll either be rectangles if your card is rectangular or squares if your card is square. You can do this with any size card blank, and because this is acetate and you're using a permanent marker, it should last you a long time, and you can use it to put over your card fronts and help you to decide where to put your focal point. So the next stage in this is to create a repositionable focal point. I've got a sticky note here that I've cut with a circle die, and as you can see, I can just move it around my card blank and think, where shall I put this? Where on this rule of thirds grid should I put my focal point? Right, let's create a card now using the rule of thirds and placing the focal point on an intersection of those grid lines. We're going to do the top left-hand grid line intersection. So I've got a 4x6" card blank here, same size as my acetate grid, a slightly smaller stitched rectangle panel, which I've placed on top. And now I'm marking where the left-hand vertical and the top horizontal line intersect. And this will show me where I want to put my focal point on my panel. For this card, I decided to add some embossed lines using a stylus and a scoreboard. And I scored a line exactly down the left-hand grid line. And then I put 2 either side. So I've got 5 vertical embossed lines centered around that left-hand grid line. And then I did exactly the same thing with that top horizontal line. And where those lines intersect, that's where I'm going to put my focal point. So I stuck that down to my card blank, and then I created some coloured bits of paper to die cut from. I've got some Catherine Pooler inks. The oranger yellow is Tiara, the yellow is Chiffon, and the green is Sage. These are, I believe, the yellows are from the Party collection, I think. The green is from the Spa collection. To give them a bit of tone on tone, shimmer and shine, I spritz them with some white DIY shimmer spray, and then cut a large 5-petal flower from the darker yellow, a smaller 5-petal flower from the lighter yellow, and 2 sets of leaves from the green. I then dipped my small flower in glue and placed it on top of my big flower, offsetting the petals so you could see them all. As that was drying, I just pinched the flower petals to give them a bit of dimension. There is a line embossed on these petals, so it's really easy to create that sort of fold look. And then I dipped the whole flower in glue and placed it bang on that intersection. So now you can see how my focal point is on that intersection of the top grid line, the top horizontal grid line, and the left vertical grid line. After that, I tucked in my leaves in a pleasing arrangement. The first set I put in whole, and then I chopped up the second set so I could dot some leaves around and about the place. Once all my flowers and leaves were stuck down, I added a flower centre using a circle of gold foiled cardstock, and then I put some dots of matte gel medium around the flower and added some teeny tiny little gold foiled circles that I die cut out previously, and this creates a bit of energy and interest behind the flower. For my sentiment, I stamped the word Happy Birthday in black ink on a small stitched rectangle, and I tucked that in amongst the leaves and flowers, centering it around that top horizontal grid line. And I hope you can see how the card conforms to the rule of thirds and gives a really pleasing arrangement. Right, I've got a few more cards here that I've made using the rule of thirds where the focal point is on an intersection, but it's on a different intersection. For this card, the focal point is in the top right hand. It sits on the intersection of the right hand vertical grid line and the top horizontal grid line. For this card, I've got the same size card, but I've turned it around so it's landscape, and the focal point is in the bottom right hand corner. All the sketches that I'm showing you here will be in the handout that you can download from the video description, don't forget. And for my last card today, I've got a square card, and the focal point is in the bottom left-hand corner. I do hope you've enjoyed today's video and you've found this look at the rule of thirds really helpful. If you have, do let me know in the comments. I've got 3 more videos planned this month. But I can also look at other composition tools and rules if you'd like in the future. So let me know if that's something that you'd find helpful. Right, thank you for watching, and I'll see you back here very soon for another video. Bye for now.